Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the quick update over at the situation at Bakhmut. So the battle of Bakhmut is still ongoing, with the Russian forces claiming that they have controlled 80% of Bakhmut city itself. So the latest update is that there is some massive breakthrough over in the northwest part of Bakhmut city, with the Russian forces capturing more grounds as they push all the way to the Ukrainian street as well as Vasiliya street, and they are moving down along this street called the Levenskoskoho street. And this breakthrough is pretty significant because if you look at the overlay of the previous line, the previous front line was actually something like this, and now the front line has pushed all the way to this area, and they are threatening to move to the rear of this industrial area where the grain elevator is, which is currently should be controlled by the Russian forces. Sometimes there is some dispute over this area, but it should be under the Russian control. And and in the railway station area, we have should be confirmation of the Russian capture of the Bakhmut Railway Station No.2, which is actually this railway station. And there is geolocation of Russian forces at this location on the western part of the railway station, just off Tchaikovskoho street, which is actually a Tchaikovsky lane in actually Russian. This is some kind of a perverted Ukrainian way of spelling it. So if the Russians are here, then this railway station is definitely under Russian control at this moment. However, the south of the station is still ongoing. The fighting is now still ongoing. In the latest information that we have, they are still fighting over at this area here, the bus station, as well as the hotel transit region. So there's this bus station around here. You can see some not very bus-looking bus. And this is also where the hotel transit must be very low star, probably just 1 star. Looks like a terrible place to stay. And there's also fighting still ongoing over at the 9th Travnia Street. And that means the Ukrainian lines over here have not really changed much over the past 2-3 days. And the Russian forces is still trying to push through in this area. And or maybe the Russians are not trying, which is why they are still holding the line. And over in the southwestern region, the fighting is still ongoing at the Kostumskogo Street over the past 2 days. And there is also fighting along the Tchaikovsky street, or the Tchaikovskogo Street along here. And they are still fighting over here. The Ukrainians are holding a strong positions over at these high buildings over here, and are continuing to reinforce and hold this line here. And according to the information, as you can see from Ryba, they say that the positional clashes continue in the multi-story buildings. And also in the previous report, the day before, they mentioned that the Ukrainians stubbornly hold a powerful fortified area using the multi-story as stronghold, which is this area here. So the Russians have not been successful at taking over this here. They are still trying to attack this region here. Probably depending on how the Russians are going to do it, if they make a massive airstrike over these buildings, it could end rather quickly. And we also have information of reinforcement at the western part of Bakhmut on the 13th, according to Ryba, the pro-Russian source. And just outside of it, there is a very strong push for Ivanivske, according to Myroshnikov, the pro-Ukrainian source, where the Russians are pushing towards Ivanivske. Probably still quite a distance away from the town itself. And there is also heavy fighting at Khromove, according to Myroshnikov as well. And the Russians are still trying to break through this area. According to the information from the Russian Defense Ministry, they say that the airborne forces is currently operating at the edge, at the flanks, and then prevent their mission is to prevent Ukrainian reinforcement and resupply to enter Bakhmut itself. So the main push is by the Wagner forces within the city limits itself, and currently the battle is still ongoing. Bakhmut has not fallen, and I'll see you in the next update.